Hey everyone, it's Laura from ouroilyhouse.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make a paleo meatball with a cranberry chili sauce. This video is in collaboration with a few of my other YouTube friends, and we are all sharing an appetizer that you could take to your next holiday party or New Year's Eve party. So after you watch this video, be sure to check them out. I have them all linked in the description below. To start off this recipe, we're first going to make the meatball, and then while it is baking, I will show you how to make this sauce. So I have a pound of ground beef here, and if you prefer to use turkey or chicken, it works just fine. We are going to add in a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. Then we're going to do 1/4 cup of almond flour, half of a teaspoon of salt, and then 1 egg. And then we're going to add in 1 drop of black pepper essential oil. And if you prefer to not use essential oil, you can also do this with a half a teaspoon of black pepper as well. Then we're just going to get in here and mix this all together. After this is all mixed together, we are just going to form these into about 1-inch size balls and place them on a baking sheet. I have the oven preheating to 400 degrees, and we are going to bake these for about 15 to 20 minutes or until the meat is cooked all the way through. While the meatballs are baking, we're gonna start making our sauce. The first thing we're gonna do is make our cranberry sauce. And so we're just gonna put 12 ounces of cranberries in a small saucepan. And this can be frozen or fresh, mine are frozen. And then we're going to do a half a cup of orange juice, 1/4 cup of honey, and then I'm going to add in wild orange essential oil. I'm gonna put this on the stove and bring it to a boil, and then I'm gonna let it simmer for about 10 minutes and let all the juices run together. While the cranberry sauce is coming to a boil back there, I'm gonna start working on the chili sauce. Now this is inspired by the Heinz chili sauce that I used to use when I made this recipe. I used to use canned cranberry and the Heinz chili sauce, but to make it a little bit healthier, I decided to home make this. And so we are just going to dump in a can of crushed tomatoes. And this is 28 ounces. This is how I've always made this recipe, but this is going to be a lot of sauce. You can either make more meatballs with this, or you can just use some of the sauce for this recipe and then save the rest for anything else that you would use that for. Then we're gonna add in a half of a cup of honey. That's what's going to sweeten this. Then we're gonna add a lot of spice here. We're gonna add in a half of a cup of white vinegar. And then we're just going to start spicing this up. I'm going to use a teaspoon of garlic, a teaspoon of red hot pepper flakes, a teaspoon of sea salt. I like to use pink Himalayan. And then we're gonna do 2 teaspoons of some chili powder. And then 1 teaspoon of onion powder. We're just going to mix all this together with a spoon, and then we're actually going to add the cranberry sauce to this once it's finished. Okay, that's how you make the chili sauce. That part is super simple. Now we're gonna go back over and check on the cranberry sauce, because once that comes to a boil, I am just going to turn it down and let it simmer just to kind of let those cranberries pop open, and then we're actually going to blend that up in the blender. Once you remove the cranberry sauce from the heat, we are going to add in about 6 drops of wild orange essential oil, just to add a little more of that orange flavor to this. Then we're going to add this to a blender and blend it up. Now our cranberry sauce and chili sauce are both done, and I'm gonna grab out my meatballs. Then we're going to assemble this all together. These look and smell delicious. And I'm going to put this together in a crock pot, so then if you aren't serving it right away, it'll stay nice and warm, especially if you're bringing it to a New Year's Eve party or something like that. Or you could put this into a saucepan over the stove. First, I'm going to put my meatballs in here. And this is gonna be enough sauce to do about 3 pounds of meatballs. So if you do 1 pound, like I have here, I'm gonna put in less sauce. Or if you're making this for a larger crowd, you can make 3 pounds of meatballs and then use all this sauce. We are going to pour our sauces in here. And like I said, I'm gonna do about 1/3 of this. Doesn't have to be exact. This is gonna be a nice sweet and spicy taste. Love that color of that cranberry sauce. Okay, and then we are just going to stir this together in here. And then I'm just going to plug this in and let this kind of marinate here on low. You can just set some toothpicks next to this, and your guests can get them out with the toothpick to make a nice little appetizer before having a meal at any holiday party. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out the other appetizers that I have linked in the description below from a few of my other YouTuber friends. And if this is your first time by my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I get out new videos every single week on essential oil education, DIY recipes, and natural remedies for your home, health, and body. Thank you so much for stopping by our oily house.